Do you love to cook but hate the cleanup? Well, Mairlyn's here to make those hard-to-clean kitchen tools shine in seconds. Mair, I'm so happy that you are with us today. You're starting back to basics for us. Let's talk about handling kitchen stains. What do we do?
Okay, so you can call me a tree-hugging hippie or Mother Earth, but I like using, the back to basics. So I use baking soda. It's kind of like my superstar. I use 2 kinds of vinegar, 5%, which you can get in a grocery store, and then 10%, sometimes called cleaning vinegar or double strength, and you can get that at a hardware store. And I use salt and lemon as my go-tos. But an FYI, I've seen videos out there and people are using cleaners that were not meant to go on pots and pans and utensils. And I would give you a really big warning not to do that. Use a cleaner that was meant to go on stuff that you eat off of.
Okay, so none of those chemical-y things. Use the natural things because you're going to be eating off of these, right? Okay, let's talk a little bit about tea.
Exactly.
I hear that there's something that we're really doing wrong when it comes to our tea drinking. What is it?
Okay, well, I'm a tea snob, and when I was talking to my producer, she thought that this was the same thing as this. And so this is a kettle and this is a teapot. And a lot of people, I didn't know this. This was like, oh my gosh, she's a tea sinner. She's going to tea hell. She's making the tea just with this. So that's a bad thing. But what's even worse is that the inside of your kettle. So you need to clean it because water has minerals in it. They deposit inside the kettle and then it affects the way the tea tastes. So you want to clean your kettle out on a regular basis. Now I clean mine out with vinegar and water, 1-to-1 ratio all the time. So I don't have any. Mine's beautiful. But we had to find somebody she knew. So they sent me this teapot. Now, although this doesn't affect the taste, oh my gosh. So I cleaned it up for her. But inside, and I've been soaking this for many hours, and I'm just starting to see the stainless. So if you've never done the vinegar water 1-to-1 ratio, you might have to do this several times, but it's going to get rid of all those mineral deposits, and that's going to make your tea taste better. For your teapot, once again, stains are not going to make your tea taste good, so put a baking soda and water. You don't want to put vinegar because these are porous. Teapots are porous, so you don't want to do that. So baking soda and water, and it also works for teacup stains. But, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So after you finish your tea, just, rinse it out in water and you won't have the stains. But the big one, and I might be a tea snob, is I drink loose tea. And so I use a strainer. Now, this is really yuck. This is what it usually looks like. And I have a magical plan. So what you do is you put the tea strainer in a pot of water that you're going to put on the stove. It's going to have baking soda and dish soap in it. You pop it in, boil it for 5-15 minutes, take it out, and then you're going to make a paste of baking soda and dish soap and get a toothbrush and scrub this. And it is a miracle. It's a science miracle. It's so exciting. And that is going to make your tea taste infinitely better.
Okay, you see that kettle that you picked up there? That ugliness on that side? Can you show us again? That's what mine looks like. So thank you for the tip, Mairlyn. And go home and clean that. Okay, now that we know what we were doing wrong with the tea, I'm sorry. Let's talk about those cutting boards. How do we clean them properly?
So what you can do is just get some vinegar and dab it on. Now I use the cleaning vinegar, the 10%. It's going to act way faster, but you could use the 5 and keep dabbing, and it's miraculous. It'll take it right off. But as far as smells go, so you cut up a whole bunch of garlic and you thought you cleaned it off, and you cut up a watermelon, and all of a sudden your watermelons taste like garlic. What you could have done before is just to get a half a lemon, scrub it around the board. It's going to reduce the smell, might take it off totally. And if that didn't work, make a paste of baking soda and water. Once again, my BS hero. And that'll take the stink away.
It's always going to work and it's natural, so why not keep using it? So let's talk about that blender, because that's how our blenders look every day, especially if you're doing a morning smoothie every day. Have you got some tips for us on how we can clean that properly? Looks delish.
Yes, I sure do. So what you're going to do is you're going to add cold water about halfway into your blender. And you need to do this, once again, don't let this sit around all day. I mean, it's not going to work. As soon as you finish drinking, add your water. Make sure it's cold, because if it's hot, there's a thing called physics, and those little molecules are going to dance around and expand, and it's going to blow the lid off. Okay, I speak from a place that I know. Lock it on really tight, and then just crank it up to the highest. Now that's been sitting for about 20 minutes, so but if I had done it right away, it would totally have taken it all away. And a lot of blenders now have a clean button, which I think I need to get a patent for because I think I'm the one that invented that. Anyway, so that's going to work.
They totally stole that from you. Who do we call? We should trademark that clean button.
I don't know.
Mairlyn Smith. Okay, now I also hear not everything's supposed to go in the dishwasher. I wouldn't know. We don't use our dishwasher. I am the dishwasher. So what do we need to keep out of the dishwasher?
That's really funny because Scott's our dishwasher too, but every so often, you know, when company comes over, we use it. So anyway, if you put your knife in, this is terrible. It's like power washing your car, you know, with a power. Like, don't do that. I mean, these are expensive. Never put any wooden handles in. They'll warp. Once in a while, it's okay, but I see people doing it all the time, and it's like, you're just wasting you're wasting your good stuff. And the last one that really bugs me is your whisks. So rinse this off right away, because when you put it in the dishwasher with guck all over it, the dishwasher doesn't usually take it off, and then it gets all baked on, and then it's like, what? So once again, if you did it right in the moment, it's not going to be bad. If you didn't, once again, baking soda and dish soap with a toothbrush, and bing, bang, boom, you're going to have a clean whisk.
Well, I love that. You know, everybody in the kitchen needs to follow that basic rule. Just when you put the thing in the sink, rinse it out, because it's going to be so much easier for the rest of us that are washing the dishes. Like, just rinse it out. It helps. Mayor, thank you.